What up? I ain't see you there, man. We finally doing it. After 2 years, we are starting the Smokes and Jokes podcast. Or is it a podcast? I just made that up. No, I didn't. I wrote that down. I've been waiting to say that. So basically, my podcast is gonna be about weed. People who smoke weed, people who love weed, people who don't love weed, and also jokes. We're gonna be doing a lot of jokes. You're gonna see some people, we're gonna talk to some comedians, some musicians, artists, people who just generally think they're funny. And I do this podcast from right in my house. From right in my house, from the Harlemriveryachtclub. Just because it's called the Harlemriveryachtclub don't mean the house is in Harlem. So, first of all, my weeds today. In a pleasantly rolled Bluntville, I'm smoking on some London Cella. In the background, you can hear a lot of sounds from the hood because I wanted to make it authentic. I want the hood to be in the background because that's usually where I'm at. Until I get rich, baby, we're going to be right here in the hood. You hear the sounds of the hood. All right. The hood ain't making no sounds right now, but they're going to be making sounds. Let me light this up. Let me get my lighter. Did I lose my lighter? Yes. What? Why when you trying to smoke, you always lose your lighter? I just had this fucking lighter. Here we go. London Cello. Let's see what this is about. If you got a blunt, spark it up. Ooh, let me get an ashtray. Yeah. Crazy. Ooh, this tastes nice. London Cello has like a very fruity flavor to it. It smelled like tangerine almost. It smelled like tangerine, and then like the Bluntville, I think I rolled too much of the paper. I like to rip a paper usually, but I came back from playing ball. I was tired, and I was like, should I shoot the first episode of the podcast today? Because I wanted to do the first episode with me. And the truth of the matter is that a lot of the stuff that I do, it starts and ends with me. I'm the nucleus. I'm the founder. I don't wait to be booked on shows, although I love to be booked on shows. But I ain't waiting, so I'm going to keep producing shows. As of this date, I got the September 4th coming up and September 7th. But my podcast will be released on Saturday mornings. So you could wake up on Saturday mornings, smoke a blunt to the podcast, and really just enjoy yourself. See what we talked about. See how weed related to your life. If you're down with weed, you down with weed. If you're not down with weed, fucking turn the channel, man. Don't worry about it. We're gonna be doing Zoom calls, face-to-face calls. I'm gonna figure out like a real weird way to like make my podcast very authentic to Ohene and what Smokes and Jokes has been about. To be honest, I don't even have the copyright for Smokes and Jokes. Somebody else owns Smokes and Jokes. So I just been doing it out of the love, you know what I mean? Just out of the love. Just, hey man, like I'm not trying to fucking make $1 billion off of Smokes and Jokes. It was just an avenue for me to fucking do comedy. But now that I've been doing comedy for the past 5 years, openly, I was doing it for 8 years, but openly for 5 years. And doing this show for 2 years. Before that, it was Too Many Thursdays, and before that, we was doing like music festivals and shit like that. We're gonna still be doing that, bringing that back, but you know, with COVID and everything, I don't know what's happening. It seems like things are opening up though. I rode on the bus today. They wanted me to pay again, so that was a bit of a new bit of information. Apparently, it's on the news, but I fucking stay away from the news because they're always killing people who are black, and I'm tired of seeing that shit. The trauma. I literally saw Eric Garner's murder on the New York One News. Why are they playing that, yo? Why the fuck are they playing that? I don't get it. I don't get it. So it's hard for me to watch the news. So I didn't see the news. So that's why I didn't know the buses. So, but the dude let me on for free. So I wasn't mad because I was just going to walk off. I only had like 8 blocks to walk. I had a bag with me because I just went shopping for a pillow. Got my new spot here. And I'm just vibing. So we're going to be doing a podcast at home. So if you see people here, they got to come to my house. They got to come to my home. That's if they're here, they're in my house. And that's it. You know what I mean? And if they're not here, they Zoom there in their house or wherever they are. I'm going to try to get the richest, most famous, most understandably great people that I know. And also my friends. Just people who need the buzz, people who want to be uplifted, people who want to talk about pot, talk about weed, talk about everything, all things fun. So first off, this first segment, because I believe I'm doing segments right now. Well, this one out. When you talking too much and shit and the blunt go out, you know. My first segment, boom, is let's see who's smoking weed. I'm gonna call up my friends at random. They don't know I'm calling them up right now. When I first call them up, I'm gonna tell them that they on the air, that they on my podcast, they live on my podcast, and I want them. I want them to answer if they're smoking or not. And if they are smoking, what are they smoking right now? I want them to be smoking right now. I'm trying to catch the people who are smoking right now. Because this is what the podcast is about. We want to know who's actually enjoying themselves with pot. So I'm going to call let's see. I'm going to call people who I know. Let me see. First up is... I gotta call people who openly smoke too, because I can't be calling people. They be like, yo, nigga, you know I don't even be on it like, come on, man, don't put me out there like that, man. All right, let me see what's up right here. First person I'm gonna call is Deuce Beatmaker Ellis. Okay, let's see if Deuce Ellis is around. I don't think he pick it up, yo. You know, usually by this time motherfuckers pick up. We out of here. Get off of that. All right, let's see who's next. I'm gonna call up. Who do I think is smoking? I'm gonna call up Joy Sanchez. Let's see what's up. Shit, I ain't got no friends. As y'all can see, oh, I just missed a call back from Deuce Ellis. Hold on, let's see what's popping. I don't think Joey was calling. Yeah, okay, let's see. Yo, Deuce. Yo, you live on the air on my podcast right now. This is the Smokes and Jokes podcast. Of course, it's pre-recorded, but for sakes and purposes, you live on the air.
That's what's up.
All right. So
I'm smoking.
You smoking? You smoking right now?
What up, though?
See, we got one. All right. So this is, I just wanted to say, because we out here, the first segment is who's smoking right now. So I was calling people randomly on my phone.
Yeah. You gotta have a noisemaker thing.
Yeah.
Like make noise. You gotta have a button or something.
Yeah. I'm gonna put up. Yeah, I'll put it in the you know what I mean, in the After Effects.
In post-production?
Yeah, I'll put it in post-productions, and then from here on out, we'll know.
You need a button,
Oh yeah.
You need a button. You gotta start pressing the button for the podcast.
Yeah.
You gotta get some podcast buttons.
Yeah, I gotta get some podcast buttons.
It might not even last long because I just found this like CBD infused frontal leaf from this new smoke shop.
Yo, first of all, tell him what you smoking and tell him where the smoke shop is, just so we can handle that, and then you can get off the phone, B.
I'm smoking. Shout out my homegirl from Jersey. She came through and dropped off some Larry sour.
Ooh.
some Larry Sour Diesel, and then the smoke shop is the joint on Nostrand next to the Taco Bell by Fulton.
Oh, I
That's
know
all
when
you
you.
need
I
to
know
know.
when
You'll
you
find
talking
it.
about.
See, next to the Taco Bell by Fulton on Nostrand.
Yeah.
And that dude, they got all the goodies, son. Everything that you could need for your CBD purposes, your
So
purposes,
you fuck with the CBD
type purposes.
You fuck with the CBD.
I mean, you know, when it fit in.
Yeah,
and then usually when I buy shit at these spots, they'll be like, "Yo, take this CBD thing that I got for free," and I'll be like, "All right, cool."
Oh, okay.
This is like,
they pushing that CBD for that body.
So, I mean, it's good for you though. Like I said, they put it in a frontal leaf. It's the CBD infused frontal leaf, and I'm smoking it with the Larry Sour, and I got a little hash crumpled in it, and I feel real good. I feel real peaceful. Real muscle relaxed. You know what I'm saying?
And that's what
New York City's stressful right now.
New York City is hella stressful, and that's what the podcast is about. I'm trying to let cats know about both the medicinal, the fun, just the group dynamics of marijuana, and also like that's what brings us together. And sometimes that's what we just want to talk about. We want to have fun. You know what I mean? So I appreciate you.
Hell yeah. And shout out to the host. Shout out to you for bringing Smokes and Jokes to the world. I've had many a merry fucking time at a Smokes and Jokes event. I've had it at my house. I've gone all across the city. I've seen Smokes and Jokes travel across the country. It's a beautiful thing. Yeah. Keep building your brand. Keep owning all your materials. Keep figuring out ways to monetize it. Because you got something, bro. You got something.
Word. Yo, I appreciate that, yo. Shout outs to Deuce Ellis, amazing super producer. I'm gonna get some buttons, B. I got you. I'm gonna get some buttons right now. This is the first pilot episode, son.
This first episode. You gotta crash and burn in order to learn.
Yo, you already know.
I'm fucking with it though.
Yeah. 52 weeks.
Don't worry, I'm gonna be back for later episodes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be back. I'm gonna be a return guest.
Yeah, yo. You know, once everything clear up, we're gonna have you come into the studio and make some live beats, and we smoke something together.
Bang. Sounds like a plan, fam.
All right, yo. Shout out to Deuce Ellis, yo. I'm gonna holler at you.
All right, my girl, stay out.
Yes, sir. You too. Ooh, I cut him off too soon, but you know how to do. I click 5 when the conversation goes well. I don't even care if I can hear the person or not, but if I had a pleasant conversation about something, I'm like, 5. You get a 5 for that. That's all I need. I just want a good conversation. I don't really care how it sounds. I don't really care if the connection is slow or not. I gives no fucks. I just want to make sure that I'm happy at the end of my conversation. Where do I keep on putting that lighter? Did you guys see my lighter? All right, we're gonna try to call one more person for our debut episode. I don't know where my lighter is, so this has to go out for right now. We're gonna try to call one more person for our debut episode of Smokes and Jokes podcast. It's a podcast, guys. Make sure you put the T in it. It's a podcast. It's just a podcast. It's not a podcast. It's a podcast. I'm surprised no one thought of that. And now everybody's gonna jack my shit, and I'm just like, yo, you know what? It's like everybody's about the money, but nobody wants to be about the moral. It's like capitalism and moral capitalism can happen. Am I bugging? Is that some conspiracy high man shit? Or if I could be like, yo, this guy's out here doing his jokes and shit like that. I'm corny. Why am I going to steal his good shit? Let me lift him up and get a piece of that. Rather, they try to silence black voices, but let's not talk about that right now. Netflix, I'm coming for you. Just so you know, Netflix, I am coming for you. You either going to give me a show and money, or money and an apology. Y'all gonna see. Now, where's my lighter, goddammit? Let's see who's the last person we're gonna call. We're gonna call my brother. Vibes dealer, the pum pum killer. We see what Vibes dealer is doing right now. See if Vibes dealer is bunning the hashish. Maybe he pick up. Maybe no. It's 11:30. Oh, it's Tuesday. Vibezilla can't pick up on Tuesday nights. He will never pick up the phone for you on Tuesday nights. Just know that. I did not know it was Tuesday. That's crazy. We're going to be releasing this podcast every Saturday morning with your Saturday morning cartoons. So your kids going to be watching their Saturday morning cartoons. And you're going to be smoking your Saturday morning herbs. All right, yo. I'm going to call. Oh, my man just hit me. I'm gonna call my man right now. I ain't gonna say his name because he a famous actor, but I'm gonna just have him talk. See if he pick up. You know, sometimes people text you and they don't want to pick up the phone. Yeah, it'd be like that. I never understood that. Why you text me but not want to pick up the phone? So I guess what he got to say is a textable conversation. Let me see what's up. Y'all wanna? Okay, here we go. Hold on. Let me see. Hold on. Don't say your name yet. Don't say your name. I don't want you to say your name. You live right now on my podcast. This is the Smokes and Jokes podcast. I just want to know if you're smoking something, and if you're smoking something right now, what is it?
Just a little green crack.
Oh, he's smoking on that green crack. Okay, that's all right, man. So this is an unnamed famous actor in another part of the States right now. Basically, what we started the Smokes and Jokes podcast. You know, we're doing the shows, and now I'm here in the in-house studio. It's my first debut episode. I've called 3 people. One of them was smoking.
Yep.
You know, I got to rewind the tape to see remember what he was smoking, but apparently he had hashish and some CBD infused Fanta leaf. Where you are, do they sell Fanta?
I believe so. Yeah.
That's
specialized,
all.
Specialized. Yeah.
That's all right, man. Well, I'm going to give you a shout out real quick. I'm going to say shout out to this famous actor right now. And I'm going to call you back in 2 minutes once I finish up on this podcast, all right? All right, good brother. Yeah. So that's a famous... You know I know the people. You know his voice. I ain't going to tell you who it is. You know his voice, though. You seen him on TV. Don't try to jack my credibility. I don't like it. I don't like you guys. Look. I never said I was the richest person. I never said... My tag is not the second richest comedian. It's the second funniest. Did I put that lighter here? I literally didn't move. How can I lose a lighter when I didn't move? Like, how do you do that? Somebody tell me. Well, anyway, I think I got matches. This weed drawer open. Nigga had to go old school. On him. Also, blunt etiquette. Second segment, blunt etiquette. This is for people who want to talk about things that make them upset while smoking with other people. All right? One thing that really grinds my gears, if you will, buzz my balls. One thing that really buzzes my balls is when people treat my delicate piece of hand-rolled art as their own personal grip machine, and they just crush the edge. They just crush it. When you pass it to them, I'm like this. I hold it like this. See, look, this is blunt etiquette right here. See how my fingers are, the blunt, I don't have to do anything. Look at that. You see that? See how there's the passageway? You know why you do this? Because some people, sometimes me, which is a blunt etiquette thing that I break and I have to check, is some people wet the edges. They be wetting this part. I got the moisturized lips, so sometimes I be wetting it. So if I don't think about it consciously, I'll wet it. Now, my wet with your crush, and we have an unsmokable blunt. Just remember that, man. Just remember that. All right. So right now, this is the last segment of the podcast. Smokes and jokes. This is the last segment of the podcast. Okay. The last segment of the podcast is... I was waiting for the effect. I'm going to put it in now, though, just so you can get the comedy of that. Yeah, no, it's probably silly. Well, anyway, the last segment of the podcast is music. We're going to go to one of my friends right now. I don't even know who it is yet. This podcast is definitely laid back. This podcast is definitely chillaxed. I don't even know who it is yet. So I'm going to go call a couple of people right now and see who I can get to play. I'm going to see who I can get to play right now. I'm going to see if I know a musician who's ready to play right now. Who will I call? Who will I call? First musician, let's see. Are they up? It's late in the night where I am. Are they up? Are they fucking up? I don't think they're up. I don't think they're up. See, people go to sleep. You smoke weed, you go to sleep. You might bust a tree, you go to sleep. Let me see. Yo, don't say your name. Don't say your name, but you're live right now on my podcast. This is the Smokes and Jokes podcast. Right now, you're live.
You can't be serious.
I'm serious, baby. You're live right now. Well, I'm pre-recording it, so just for future references, they'll know that it's pre-recorded, but you're live in the moment to me. You didn't know this call was coming. Yo, what up?
Turn hat, splash, smash. Go to class, do the math. What's up?
Yo, I'm chilling, baby. Feet. Look, this is how the podcast is going. This is the last segment. So the first segment right now, thus far, we got what you smoking. The second segment, what we got is blunt etiquette. The third segment, as you know, I love music. And I wanted to call up my friends and see who's ready to just play. Are you just available to just rock out right now?
You mean perform?
Right now, over the phone for my audience.
Come on, bruh. I mean, I got.
Are you ready or nah?
I'm always ready.
Well, okay, what kind of performance are we getting right now, sir?
I don't know, man. Let me see. Can I make this box work real quick? Let me see if I can generate some sound. And I'm gonna do some reps.
See, this is how you know a true musician. He was at his desk already making music. I did not prompt this. He was just there making music. This is what I'm talking about, y'all.
Yeah, I'm mixing some stuff. All right, let me see if I can make this work. It's not working. Oh, there we go. All right. All right. But I'm not going to do a whole lot, man.
Give me a snippet then. Give me a snippet. I got 7 minutes before I got to cut out anyway, so give me a snippet.
All right. Can you hear me? Can you hear the drone?
We can hear it.
All right. Let me see here.
I'm doing this podcast to raise money to fix my phone screen. If you want to fix my phone screen, donate $15 right now.
Yo, get your phone screen fixed.
All right, let's go.
Look, this is about telecommunication. A hell of a human placed in a sticky situation, like he's caught in between the drums, but that's just syncopation. These rappers are synthetic. I've been freestyling most of my life. It's embedded like websites to the dendrite. You can bet it and forget it. Chris Carr, ultra magnetic. Up in the spot like Magneto with a free throw, free flow. We know you might get punked like Debo. Better yet, it's C3PO, and I wrote none of this. The type to say middle finger to Republicans and the Democrats, because I'm independent, I've had enough of it. Chilling with Snuffle up against an succubus, Chris Carter, one you can trust, but don't touch him. Camera time. These rappers pantomime while I ran a rhyme. They can't hold it in. My altarpiece isn't high. Chilling in a Buddhist shrine. Put it in the art on the wall like the Guggenheim. What would you do if you were I? Cried over friends that committed sweet suicide. Youth are brutalized, euthanized, while I'm looking to the skies. And are you surprised? Shout out to the homies that are dumpster diving. Is that something surprising? On the horizon, there are 1,000 suns that are rising. I'm improvising. Perfect time when rhyming. It's like I'm climbing the mountain of Zion. Or better yet, it's like I'm flying through the skies, blinded like I was skydiving. I don't hold minors unless I'm next to Chilean miners mining, grinding, looking for the diamond shining. Simple Simon and Schuster. This ain't what you're used to. This is what happens when you mix up Mansa Musa, have him come to America before Columbus, and the natives knew him as Montezuma. That's right. His head is not rap tight, but somehow he raps tight. Might read you last right, and then go out to Scotland, give him the bagpipe. So this is a bit of improvisation. It's spoken word. It's smokes and jokes. I try to stay sober, no longer smoking herb. But when you see that towel next to the door and the sign that says "Do not disturb," you come in your third eye, you might get blurred. Word, where they say hammer proper, but they don't know what occurred, like with Jimmy Hoffa. See, my double entendre, internal, external rhyme scheme comes through a journal that I wrote nocturnal. You were thinking about Heathcliff the cat, I was thinking about Garfield, Nermal, Richard Gere, Gerbils. How many times I had to switch gears just to jump hurdles?
What? Richard Gere gerbils?
Yeah, yo, gerbils in a plastic bag so don't scratch up your asshole.
What? Richard Gere was shoving gerbils in his ass?
I think this is one of those lies, like how the member from Both Thugs and Harmony got killed 14 times.
I didn't even hear about that.
Yeah, they was always saying Flesh and Bone got killed, but he didn't. He was just in jail and shit.
Oh yeah, Flesh and Bone, he was one of the illest, but he could not stay out of jail, B. It was just so crazy.
Yeah. So there you go. That's improvisation. For people listening, that was not a song that was not written. That was just coming off the dome. So, pardon any malfeasance.
Yo, that's ill, man. Now, I really appreciate it. We in a time of COVID right now. I'm trying to do things differently. I know everybody's zooming everybody in and everything like that. And as I go through, maybe if they throw $15 more on, I'll pay for Zoom for a month, so I can talk to my people and you can see them physically, visually, and everything like that. But until then, we just gonna be calling you on the phone because Metro PCS, get my money. So Chris Carr, Parn Hashnikovsky, I really appreciate you coming on the Smokes and Jokes podcast. It's a podcast, not a podcast. It's a podcast. We talk about all.
I appreciate you too, good sir.
Yeah. We talk about all things weed, music, culture. So if there's anything you want to talk about right now in the last 2 minutes of the podcast, bring it up right now.
I mean, there's a lot of divisiveness going on.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna stay focused. Black land ownership. All right. We out here, we trying to get this plot of land. You see me talking to me about it. Anyone out there who is black, focus. There's land out there. A lot of space in this country. Black land ownership. Seeds the means of production, man. Like, we gotta control how we supposed to get healthy food if we don't own the farms. We don't even gotta work the farms. I know people like, I don't want to be a farmer. You don't gotta work it. You can own it and then employ other people.
That's a beautiful thing.
Sustainability, understanding how to be a steward of this planet. And, only we will save weed. Like, the government's not going to save us.
Word up, only weed will save weed.
That's for y'all. For me, only we save we. Only us save us. And if we don't look out for the black family, who is?
Word up, yo. That's all right, man. I fuck with you, Chris Carr. Yo, shout me a holler. So yeah, man, that's episode 1 of the podcast. I feel like I got some clout in the game by now. I'm like C-level famous, right? And not even on some YouTube shit. Like, you know me from like movies and shit first and shit. So I'm like, who can't do it all? Not Ohene. You know anything is possible. Well, anyway, Smokes and Jokes podcast, episode 1. Oh, it's gonna get crazy, baby.